Welcome to NI Coin. In today's video, we're diving into the top 5 Lincoln cents, covering the years 1936, 1944, 1945, 1946, and 1947. Stay tuned as we explore what makes these coins stand out and why they're a must-see for collectors. Don't miss out, watch the full video. The 1936 Lincoln penny, also known as the wheat penny, is a notable coin in American numismatic history. It was minted during the Great Depression, a period marked by economic hardship and significant change in the United States. Historical context. By 1936, the Great Depression was in its 7th year. The economic crisis led to widespread unemployment and financial struggle. Despite these challenges, the U.S. Mint continued to produce coins, including the Lincoln penny, which had been in circulation since 1909. The Lincoln penny was introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln, and its design, featuring Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, became iconic. Design and production. The 1936 Lincoln penny retained the design introduced in 1909 by Victor David Brenner. The obverse features a profile of Lincoln, while the reverse showcases 2 wheat stalks framing the words, 1 cent. This design was chosen to symbolize prosperity and growth. The 1936 pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver, D Mint Mark, and San Francisco, S Mint Mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced the largest number of these coins. Value and rarity. In terms of value, the 1936 Lincoln penny is relatively common in circulated condition, making it affordable for collectors. Prices typically range from a few cents to several dollars depending on the coin's condition, with higher grades, such as mint state, commanding greater values. For example, a well-preserved coin might be valued at $10 to $20 or more. The presence of a mint mark can also influence its value slightly, with coins from Denver or San Francisco often being slightly more sought after than those from Philadelphia, although this difference is generally modest. Special features. While the 1936 Lincoln penny is not particularly rare or valuable in itself, it does hold historical significance. The 1930s were a transformative period for the U.S. economy and its citizens, and the coin serves as a tangible link to that era. Additionally, the 1936 penny is often collected as part of a broader collection of Lincoln wheat pennies, which spans from 1909 to 1958. Collectors' interest. Collectors appreciate the 1936 Lincoln penny not just for its historical context but also as part of a comprehensive collection of Lincoln pennies. It represents a period of recovery and hope during a difficult era in American history. The coin's continued availability and relatively low cost make it accessible to both novice and experienced collectors. In summary, the 1936 Lincoln penny is a significant historical artifact from the Great Depression era. Its value is generally modest, but its role in American history and numismatic collections ensures it remains a cherished piece for collectors. The 1944 Lincoln penny, commonly known as the wheat penny, holds both historical and numismatic significance. It was struck during World War II, a period that marked a pivotal era in U.S. history. Historical context. The 1944 penny was minted during a time of significant global conflict. The United States had been deeply involved in World War II, and the war effort had led to shortages in materials and resources. During this time, the U.S. Mint transitioned from using copper to using steel and zinc for the production of pennies. This shift was due to the need to conserve copper for wartime uses. However, by 1944, with the war nearing its end, the Mint resumed using copper for the production of pennies, specifically using copper recovered from shell casings. Design and production. The design of the 1944 Lincoln penny is similar to that of other wheat pennies. On the obverse, it features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side, it displays 2 wheat stalks framing the words, 1 cent, reflecting the series' design theme introduced in 1909. The 1944 pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each of these mint marks is found below the date on the obverse side, with Philadelphia pennies lacking a mint mark. Value and rarity. The value of a 1944 Lincoln penny can vary widely based on its condition and mint mark. In general, common 1944 pennies in circulated condition are valued at a few cents to a few dollars. However, uncirculated coins or those with special features, such as rare mint errors, can command significantly higher prices. For instance, the 1944 steel penny, an error coin produced when steel planchets from 1943 were mistakenly used, is an extremely rare and valuable find. Collector's interest. Collectors are particularly interested in the 1944 Lincoln penny due to its historical significance and the stories behind the wartime production. The transition back to copper marked a return to pre-war practices, making the 1944 penny a symbol of the post-war period's return to normalcy. In summary, the 1944 Lincoln penny represents an intriguing intersection of American history and numismatics. Its value varies based on its condition and any unique characteristics, but its historical background as part of the wartime and post-war economy adds a layer of interest for collectors and historians alike. The 1945 Lincoln penny, part of the Wheat Penny series, holds particular historical significance as it was minted at the end of World War II, reflecting a period of transition and recovery in the United States. Historical context asterisk. The 1945 Lincoln penny was produced during a time of significant change. By the end of World War II in 1945, the U.S. was transitioning from a wartime economy to a peacetime one. The war had necessitated the use of steel planchets for pennies in 1943 to conserve copper for military use, but with the war ending, the mint resumed using copper for the 1944 and 1945 pennies. The 1945 penny thus marks a return to pre-war production practices, symbolizing a return to normalcy and the beginning of post-war economic recovery. Design and production asterisk. The design of the 1945 Lincoln penny follows the wheat penny motif introduced in 1909 by Victor David Brenner. The obverse features a right-facing profile of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse depicts two wheat stalks flanking the words, 1 cent. This design was intended to symbolize prosperity and the importance of agriculture. The 1945 pennies were minted in 3 facilities: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark. Philadelphia produced the majority of these coins, making them the most common. Denver and San Francisco coins are somewhat less common but still widely available. Value and rarity asterisk. The 1945 Lincoln penny is relatively common and is widely available in various conditions. Values typically range from a few cents for well-worn, circulated examples to approximately $10 to $20 for higher-grade, uncirculated specimens. Coins from Denver or San Francisco may fetch slightly higher prices compared to those from Philadelphia, but the difference is generally modest. The 1945 penny is not known for having significant varieties or major minting errors, although rare errors can occasionally be found and might command higher prices. However, such errors are not typical for this year. Collector interest asterisk. Collectors appreciate the 1945 Lincoln penny for its historical context as a symbol of the end of World War II and the beginning of the post-war era. Its role in the broader Lincoln Wheat Penny series, which spans from 1909 to 1958, makes it a sought-after piece for many collectors. High-quality, well-preserved examples, particularly those graded MS, mint state, 65 or higher, are especially desirable. In summary asterisk. The 1945 Lincoln penny represents a significant moment in American history, marking the end of World War II and the start of a new era. While it is relatively common and not particularly rare, its historical importance and role in the Lincoln Wheat Penny series ensure its continued appeal to collectors. The coin's design and production reflect a period of transition, making it a valued piece in both historical and numismatic contexts. The 1946 Lincoln penny, a part of the Wheat Penny series, is an important coin in American numismatic history, representing a key moment of transition immediately following World War II. Historical context asterisk. The 1946 Lincoln penny marks the end of World War II and the beginning of the post-war era. By 1946, the United States was shifting from wartime production to peacetime activities, with the economy transitioning from the constraints of wartime scarcity to a period of growth and recovery. The end of the war saw the resumption of many pre-war practices, including the minting of copper pennies, which had been temporarily replaced with steel in 1943 due to the war effort. Design and production asterisk. The design of the 1946 Lincoln penny remains consistent with the wheat penny series introduced in 1909 by Victor David Brenner. The obverse features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse showcases two wheat stalks framing the words, 1 cent, symbolizing prosperity in agriculture. The 1946 penny was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, No mint mark, Denver, D mint mark, and San Francisco, S mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced the majority of these coins, making them the most common. The Denver and San Francisco issues are slightly less common but not particularly rare. Value and rarity asterisk. The 1946 Lincoln penny is relatively common, especially in circulated condition. Typical values range from a few cents for well-worn examples to around $10 to $20 for high-grade, uncirculated specimens. Mint-marked coins, Denver and San Francisco, may fetch slightly higher prices, but the difference is generally modest. Special varieties or errors from the 1946 issue are rare but can add to the coin's value if they are notable. However, such errors are not common for this year. Collector interest asterisk. Collectors appreciate the 1946 Lincoln penny for its historical significance, symbolizing the transition from wartime to peacetime and reflecting the post-war economic recovery. Its role in completing a Lincoln wheat penny collection, which spans from 1909 to 1958, makes it a desirable piece for both novice and seasoned collectors. High-quality, well-preserved examples, particularly those graded MS, mint state, 65 or higher, are particularly sought after. In summary asterisk. The 1946 Lincoln penny is a significant coin that represents the end of World War II and the beginning of a new era in American history. While not particularly rare, its historical context and design ensure its continued relevance and appeal in the numismatic community. Its value is generally modest, but it remains a valued piece for collectors and enthusiasts interested in the post-war period and the Lincoln wheat penny series. The 1947 Lincoln penny, part of the wheat penny series, is a notable coin in American numismatics, reflecting the immediate post-World War II period. This period marked a transition from wartime to peacetime production and saw significant economic and social changes in the United States. Historical context. By 1947, the United States was fully immersed in post-war recovery. The end of World War II in 1945 had brought a surge in economic growth and industrial expansion. The 1947 Lincoln penny is part of this era, representing stability and the resumption of pre-war coinage practices. The coin continued the design and material used before the war, featuring a return to copper after the temporary switch to steel in 1943. Design and production. The design of the 1947 Lincoln penny is consistent with the wheat penny series introduced in 1909 by Victor David Brenner. The obverse features a profile of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse displays 2 wheat stalks framing the denomination, 1 cent. This design symbolizes agriculture and prosperity. The 1947 pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, No mint mark, Denver, D mint mark, and San Francisco, S mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced the majority of these coins, making them the most common. Coins from Denver and San Francisco are somewhat less common but not rare. Value and rarity. The 1947 Lincoln penny is relatively common, particularly in circulated condition. Typical values range from a few cents for lower-grade examples to approximately $10 to $20 for high-quality, uncirculated specimens. The presence of a mint mark can slightly affect value, with Denver and San Francisco coins potentially commanding a modest premium over their Philadelphia counterparts. Although the 1947 penny is not known for significant varieties or errors, such as double dies or major minting flaws, rare errors can sometimes enhance a coin's value. However, such instances are rare and not typical for this year. Collector interest. The 1947 Lincoln penny is valued by collectors for its role in the broader context of the Lincoln Wheat penny series, which spans from 1909 to 1958. It is particularly appealing as a representation of the post-war era, reflecting the economic recovery and growth of the United States. Collectors often seek well-preserved examples, especially those graded as MS, mint state, 65 or higher. The coin's historical significance and its place in completing a Lincoln Wheat penny collection contribute to its ongoing interest and appeal. In summary, the 1947 Lincoln penny serves as a historical artifact from the post-World War II era, symbolizing a time of economic recovery and stability. While it is relatively common and not particularly rare, its place in the Lincoln Wheat penny series and its historical context ensure its value to collectors. The coin's design and production continue to make it a cherished piece for those interested in mid-20th century American numismatics.